What's going on, folks? Anthony Armstrong. I'm at the University of Oregon, and it is the Black Student Athlete Summit. I'm speaking today. Let's get going. Let's get it started. Learn this term from somebody. It's weird. People can't do high knees or A skips and B skips and things like that. If you ever put a regular person through those track moves, it'll give you a good laugh. All right, so just whatever noise they talk, make sure you do that. But the biggest reason I love athletes is simply because we know how to reach for big goals, right? We think big, we're thinking aspirationally. We're going around the room. A lot of schools that, frankly, I would have eliminated myself from. Monmouth is one. I'm like, that's an Ivy League school, is it not? It felt like Ivy League to me. All right, it's Ivy League when you're from Texas. All right, it was an Ivy League school to me. I went Division II, West Texas A&M. But I worked my way up to the NFL. And cool thing that I know about all of us athletes, and we have big goals, is that we all got the same question when we were growing up. And they asked you what? What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know about you. Mine was a football player. So all what I ever wanted to be was a football player. From when I was 6, lost my dad. It's like, football player, that's what I'm going to do. And people will be like, are you sure? Now, has everybody had that question where they ask you what you want to be, and you tell them, and then they're like, what are you really going to do? What's plan B? You got to show of hands for that? Anybody had that happen? Yeah. You probably want to push that person over sometimes. But then also deep down inside, you get a little bit of a anxiety about it. You're like, is that sure? Is that what I want to do? Like, it is difficult to make it to pro in this level. It is difficult to do this. And you start to have a little apprehension. But the biggest thing I learned, Will, is that we should have gotten another question. And that question is, who do you want to be when you grow up? Who do you want to be when you grow up? And that's not the football player. That's not the basketball player. Frankly, it's not even the teacher. It's not those things. It's the individual, that how you show up in each and every environment, in each and every interaction that you go into, regardless of the industry. And I spoke with all of y'all, and y'all are doing some things. I know this much. The fact that you're here is, you should give yourself a round of applause for that, because you made some choices and sacrifices to come and be a part of this. But the question is, who do you want to be when you grow up? So this is me in 2011. Number one, that was a lot of squats a long time ago. Them big thighs, man, not as big right now. But 2011, I was playing football for the Washington Redskins. Living the dream at the apex, at the top of it. 70,000, 80,000 people. I know some of y'all ran track at that stadium that's across the street. There's probably 80,000 people that fit there. But coming from D2, that was it. I'm living the dream. But that almost didn't happen. It wasn't a straight line. I told you I went Division II. I went undrafted. And where some of y'all are at now, where you're after your sport, but then you got to decide what job you want to get. I was sitting at that spot. I had that phone call with Enterprise, and they're like, hey, we got a manager program. I'm like, what time you got to go in? 7. What time do you leave? 7. I said, I ain't messing with y'all. I'm going to holler at somebody else. But I did go on some job interviews. I had 2 in Fort Worth with an insurance company. Don't even know the name, but they were going to offer me a job. But then I still had this itch to play football. I wasn't done. So when they called me, I was riding in the car with my friend, and I said, hey, I'm not going to take the job. I'm going to go try this football thing. Went down to play in Odessa, Texas. It was the Intense Football League. Don't even try to look it up. It's not even around anymore, but $200 a game. Then I went to the Arena Football League for 2 seasons, caught a tryout, ran a 4.2 40. So you talked about running a route on a safety. Safeties respect my speed, you understand? So I might pull a hamstring now, so don't challenge me. But this almost didn't happen. And frankly, I got to the league, and I learned a couple of things. The NFL, what does it stand for? It stands for not for long. And fear is one hell of a motivator. Within 2 years of leaving the game, 78% of players, regardless of what their contract size was, would be jobless, bankrupt, or divorced. 3 things you don't want to do, right? You don't want to put those on your resume, but hey, sometimes they're life experiences. Now, mind you, I told you it took me a little bit longer to get to the league. I didn't go that direct route, so I'm already 25 when I'm in the league, so I'm already older. I'm past that first contract. I knew they was ready to take me out to the field. They was ready to get done with me because I was messing up their numbers. But I made it. I made it to the top. I went from practice squad in Miami, made my way up to being active with the Washington Redskins, had close to 900 yards. And leaving the game, I did not want to have this be a statistic. I did not want to be one of these people. But I knew the game was gonna end for me at some point. So my transition from the NFL, Kayla, I was a hater. Year one, I was a hater. Who's your favorite football player now? Best receiver in the league, Justin Jeff, you name it. I was hating on him. You name the best person in your profession, in your sport, I was hating on him. I'm like, man, he dropped that pass. Des Bryant, you can't, man, I should be out there. Bad play, man, I could do that. I'm hating on everybody. And you don't want to have that hate in your blood. It's bad, raises your cortisol. Year two, I went into hiding. I I did anything but watch football. I'm mowing the grass. Like, hey, babe, want me to run to the store? I'll run to the store right quick for 4 hours because I'm not finna watch the game. I went into hiding. I put all my memorabilia was put away. It was packed in boxes. I was salty. I was having success as a real estate agent, so I transitioned from football into real estate. Made my way into that. But I went into hiding because, frankly, I was still trying to be a football player, but the game had passed me, so year three, I had some humility. I realized, bro, you 32 years old, you 33, they ain't finna call you. You know what I mean? They not picking up the phone. And I had to appreciate the fact that I did get to live that dream. I did get to play the game, but that also was not my identity. All right, I'm a realtor, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm all these other things, but I wasn't a football player, but that also wasn't going to limit me on what I was going to be. So the challenge for me and the challenge I have for you for whenever you make your transition is you got to consider what type of identity you want to have. And I thought about what were the things that I was doing when I was at my best, when I was on the field scoring touchdowns, hitting Dougies on folks. What was I doing? That was my dance, the Dougie. What was I doing when I was at my best? I was working out. I was around my teammates. I was doing all of these positive things pouring into my life, even though it was a completely different fit. I ain't had to run a route in a while. But the things that made me great in football and in my game helped me have success after the game. I learned this much is that I'm already was clutch. I had the clutch skills. Your coaches are looking for y'all to be clutch, right? Game's late, and that's the last seconds what they want to do. You like, coach, give me the rock. I got it. Give me the ball. I'm here. I'm ready. ISO, whatever the call is. That's what it is. You're clutch. And all of you, you're already clutch. You already have the skills. You have a championship mentality. You have leadership skills. You're unstoppable. You have tenacity. You have consistency, and you understand hard work. You're out there doing the work on a vacation, at a seminar. You're still getting your workout, and everybody else is at home. So you have those skills. Most people, those NARPs I mentioned, most people don't have that. When you get out and you start talking corporate, you're going to realize people complain about the smallest things. They put more work on my desk. I'm like, that's because they want to help you elevate and they want you to grow into a bigger position. But you're complaining about the blessings of having more work to do. People complain about a lot of things, but what happens in the game when you started to earn responsibility? You get more plays thrown your way, right? You get more events thrown your way because you can do more things. Now, y'all have all done conditioning tests or the hardest workouts that you've ever had. What did we have? We had 300s and the 800 test. And the one that we had for me in college was the 1040s test. Friends that went to West Texas A&M, if I mention this right now, they'll yell, hand down. And then we'll all just kind of have this PTSD because you had to run a 40-yard dash. Then you had 30 seconds to rest. And then you run another one. So you'd run 10. Y'all, the saxophones was getting loud. When you would walk down the hallway in the morning, you'd hear them and you'd hear people groaning and throwing up. But I know that I've been through stuff that difficult. We've run the hills, you've run the laps, you've run the 400, you've done all the conditioning. You have the skills to take your success to the next level. This is what that screen should have been. So you knocked out tired on the track. right? The moments in the game, those things transition over. And frankly, every employer, they're looking for people like you. They're looking for those moments, those skills that other people haven't been through. So when there is a tough meeting or a clutch situation, you're able to lean on that. So I want to give you just a little business mnemonic that I didn't come up with, but I learned in the real estate space. It's the KSS. It stands for keep doing, stop doing, and start doing. Oh, don't break nothing because I don't got the money for it. Everybody say keep doing. I want you to keep doing the things that are already making you successful, all right? The things, the great habits that you already have, keep them up, like lifting weights. I told myself, I'm never power cleaning again. And then I still every now and again find myself trying to throw some power cleanup, but it's because we're wired that way. You're wired differently. Don't let them change your wiring. Now say, stop doing. Stop doing. Awesome. Stop having any type of limiting belief that may be creeping up in your head. Where you're thinking like, I don't know if I can go and do. You can. All right, you can. You're at this position. At one point you were 5, 6 years old, and y'all were probably dreaming of being where you're at right now. You probably have bigger dreams of where you want to go. The last one, as you can probably guess it, is start doing. Everybody say start doing. Start doing. I want you to start working on your leadership skills. Start working on your communication skills. Start working on delegation. All right, learn to ask for help. Start doing those things now, because employers are looking for y'all and they're going to need you to lead their teams. They're going to be able to have to set the culture. Last bit. You may feel like you're starting over when you go into something new, but you're starting ahead. You're starting ahead. Appreciate it. I'm Anthony Armstrong. That's my time. Appreciate it.